I do actually want to talk a little bit quickly about video games, at least video games adjacent, because Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be in charge of the Tomb Raider series at Amazon Prime. Let the feminism flow through you, because that's what's going to end up happening here. Make no mistake.
She's the feminism consultant.
Make no mistake about it. Fun is about to exit the room when it comes to stuff like this. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny's Phoebe Waller-Bridge recently talked about how she views Lara Croft and how they may impact her upcoming Tomb Raider TV series. Again, that will be an Amazon Prime series. Here's her quote. She says, Lara Croft has an attitude, Waller-Bridge told Vanity Fair. She was deliberate in what she wanted to do. That all changed when they realized that you could market her as a sex symbol.
How are those two things in conflict or mutually exclusive?
That is the problem here, because to people like this, beauty, sexuality, anything that appeals to men runs completely contrary to agency, self-reliance, or being a good character. They feel that to be great, to be a great character, you must suffer and be ugly. That is what she believes.
Very concerned about Lara Croft's boobs. She said a key element
I'm concerned as well.
of Waller-Bridge's concern is just that. She had been in conversations in the writer's room about the kind of body their Lara Croft should have in the upcoming show. Quote, she's a Tomb Raider. She has to squeeze through tiny rock crevices all the time.
That is a monster.
It's a different experience squeezing through a small rock crevice when you have larger boobs than if you have smaller boobs. This is really important stuff.
She's always made it work. It's never been a problem.
I don't get it, because it seems like Angelina Jolie doesn't have like gargantuan G cups. Like,
Angelina
it's not
Jolie,
some kind of anime portrayal. In
the Tomb Raider movie, Angelina Jolie is a C cup
she has very normal looking boobs
that they padded to a D cup, and they said that in the bonus features and then they shrunk them in the sequel because of feminists complaining.
I'm perfectly fine with how they were when they were puffed up. What are we doing right now?
I'm sure Angelina Jolie was fine with it too.
Well, actually, no. She kind of did hold the criticism to the sequel that like maybe it was a bit too over the top, right? Look, you're not allowed.
It's a fantasy. It's not real.
Exactly. It's that's the problem, right? You're not allowed to have your traditional male fantasy anymore. Now, all things that you love, everything that mattered to you as a kid, everything that was fun, whimsical, got you out of your head, now has to be taken, twisted, and manipulated by people who have strong feminist writings and strong feminist leanings. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is not going to join the show with the express desire to make it great for fans, not the fans that originally made it popular. She's going to do it for the phantom audience of new fans that these studios are constantly seeking out.
Yeah, aren't most of the fans male for this?
I'm talking specifically, like, for me.
To them, that doesn't matter.
Like, and again, I'm not talking about the game even. I'm talking about the movie. Like, there's plenty of people that don't care, that won't care about the games, that will go see it because they saw the movie and they played the game when they were a kid, but didn't keep up with the game series afterwards. Doesn't matter. And look, that line really was what bothered me. It was the squeezing through a rock thing is just a college-educated woman's way of getting out of.
She's like, well, actually,
yes.
I also didn't know this, but she was essentially a feminism consultant for James Bond, No Time to Die.
Which I will give her credit. That movie wasn't as awful as it could have been.
She said they were just looking for tweaks across a few of the characters and a few of the storylines. However, she insists she was told not to change the culture of the films after questions have been raised in recent years about the misogynistic and domineering way James Bond has traditionally treated women. She said they were already doing that themselves. They're having that conversation with themselves the whole time. Her involvement was much more practical. Just, you're a writer, we need some help with these scenes, and you come up with some dialogue for these characters. But she said that they spent time discussing the script, that basically she was entrusted to take care of the women on screen, as Lashana Lynch said.
What was her position again?
She was a scriptwriter, but essentially more of a feminism consultant for the movie.
And we're wondering why they can't make money.
Yeah. Well, also we talked recently about, I don't know if
she said it's pretty obvious there's an evolution in the fact that Lashana Lynch is one of the main characters in the film and wears the pants, literally.
See, that's what they're making these movies for. That's a made up position. Yep. And now you look at your underwater for the year, and how many made-up positions do they have like this?
And to me, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to these things, Phoebe Waller-Bridge did Fleabag. People love Fleabag. She can do great work. This is not the work for her, in my opinion. She should be out make the avant-garde stuff that you clearly probably want to make. The problem is, they have to choose. Do you want to make the avant-garde stuff that actually speaks to your beliefs? Or do you want to make the mainstream stuff that actually can influence culture? Well, they get to do both. They get to take the mainstream stuff that people love and twist it to be something that it wasn't in the name of what they believe, so that they can have all of the clout that comes from stuff that once appealed to everyone, but use it with a story that doesn't appeal to anyone. And that's stupid.
It makes her more money to take big franchises like James Bond or Indiana Jones and twist them like that than work on indie films.
Yeah.
So it's a double bonus for her. She gets more money and more clout off of it and gets to push her social agenda.
It just doesn't work. Like I said, she should make more stuff like Fleabag and do that. I think that would work better. If I were her, I would stick to that. But also,
stick to behind the camera work, sweetie.
Look, she can do whatever she wants.
They deceptively hid her mole.
That's not even that. I don't even think that she's not. I don't think there's a problem with her acting. I just don't think that she's meant for a role like an Indiana Jones. I think that she should be in more avant-garde fare, like
play the Manic Pixie Dream Girl's ugly friend.
Look, I was going off.
Play
and
a 2x4 at Home Depot.
See, that's my problem with you, like playing that clip. It's not that you played the clip; it's that the funny stuff actually happened earlier. By the time you caught it, I was just angry and annoyed. Also, Ava Green is just the prettier version of her, so just hire Ava Green.
And Kristen Stewart is just the prettier version of Ava Green.
Ava Green is beautiful. So, I guess it is. There's something to me that's offensive about putting that type of like snark in a movie when you should be going for more than that with something like a Harrison Ford in an Indiana Jones. You shouldn't be reaching for snark. You should be reaching for some level of beauty and love for the franchise like they did with Top Gun Maverick. I don't need the snark in there. And I just think that was a miscalculation on their part to focus on that.
Yeah, I think their thought was the end was going to make up for the whole movie not living up to that.
But it just, like I said, it felt rushed to me.
It was rough because you didn't have any transition to it. You're like, wow.
Yeah, it just felt rough to me. It rushed to me. So I don't know. Right.
Listen to the fans. That's what I would say.
Well, yeah, like bring on consultants from people that actually love the product, right? So that's not that hard. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.